You know, yesterday I did a video, and I stick by what I say in that video. How I feel that Season 9, if it is indeed the last season, should be done in a way that you take the ending of the second part of the final season premiere, the Season 9 premiere. You take that final ending part of Part 2 of the Season 9 premiere and use that as your foundation, your catalyst to start building to the finale. And that in the process, you can use every other episode out of that 26 episode run to start building to that finale as well. I also mentioned that Season 9 is probably the best opportunity to do a season finale as a movie, especially if that season finale turns out to be the series finale. But as much as I stick by that, and I still do, recently I watched a retrospective by a fellow YouTuber called That Long-Haired Creepy Guy. Now, Long-Haired Creepy Guy does a variety of retrospective videos on a variety of 80s and 90s animated series or anime. And one of them he's currently doing is based on the 1990s X-Men animated series. Now, the reason I bring this up is because the most recent retrospective he did was on the Season 3 premiere Out of the Past. Out of the Past was not only the Season 3 premiere for the 1990s X-Men series, but it also served as the prologue to the X-Men series, to the 1990s X-Men series animated adaptation of the Phoenix Saga. That's what its purpose was. That was the purpose it was there to serve, to set us up for the Phoenix Saga adaptation we were going to get later on. And I bring this up for a reason. Again, I stick by with what I said in the last video. But let's say for the sake of argument, that they don't go the direction I suggested. That instead they do something that gets you hyped for that final season. Hear me out. Now, we kind of have an idea, thanks to the synopsis, courtesy of the leaks we got in the past few months. We kind of have an idea of what the Season 8 finale may be like. We kind of have an idea who the antagonist may be, and what their name is, and so on. Now, after I watched that retrospective, one of the parts that the long-haired creepy guy talked about was Professor Xavier telling Jubilee that he wished what happened with the alien, with that alien spirit drinker in Out of the Past was indeed the end, that was pretty much all they had to deal with. But he goes on to tell Jubilee and the audience that throughout this, when he would touch that alien craft and be able to translate exactly what it was saying, that he also saw visions and sensed things that he's never sensed and saw before. Powerful beings that he can never ever imagine. And as he says, and after he says this, the camera pans up into space, and then it shows the words "coming soon" zooming into the sky, or zooming right at the screen. It has a wall of fire build up after that, and then in that fire it says the Phoenix Saga. Now, the reason I bring this up is because what if, and this is a what if kind of scenario, they do the same thing with the end of Season 8. What if that instead of going the route that I suggested for Season 9, that instead they decide, hey, we began this series with a bang, we're going to end this series with a bang as well. And what I mean is, what if at the end of season 8, you have some kind of moment where they discuss the recent events that took place. And then after they discuss the recent events that took place, it pans up into the night sky, and then it says something and then you see words that say something along the lines, coming next season, or coming in season 9, depending on whether or not season 9 is the last season or it isn't. Well, basically it says coming soon, and then it says right under it, the Nightmare Rarity Arc. Just imagine the hype that would give season 9 for the fans. Just imagine the hype it would give season 9. Just imagine the anticipation fans would have if the last thing they see at the end of the final episode of season 8 are the words, coming next season, or coming in season 9, or coming soon next season, the Nightmare Rarity Arc. Imagine the hype, imagine the buzz, imagine the reaction every fan would have. I mean, you think Brony reaction videos blow up sometimes when all depending on what's being shown or what they're going to react to? Imagine the Brony and Pegasister communities reactions blowing up to something like that being teased for the next season. Imagine watching that, and then the last thing they all see is that wording saying coming soon or coming next season, the Nightmare Rarity Arc. Imagine how excited people would be. Imagine the anticipation that would build to that. The countdowns fans would be putting on the PCs or the laptops or in the rooms, just counting down to that moment. Because whether people agree with it or they don't, from what I understand, the Nightmare Rarity Arc is probably one of the most popular, iconic My Little Pony Friendship is Magic comic book stories ever. Yes, it was the first major one that we know of from under the IDW publishing, but still it is one of the most talked about even throughout all of comics. So again, imagine people's reactions if that was to happen. I mean, you can't tell me that the creative staff behind the show isn't thinking about that, isn't thinking about doing something to hype people up for the final season. Now, like I said, I stick by what I mentioned in the last video. Hopefully they go that route. But if not, to me, ending season 8 with a tease of what's to come in season 9 by saying coming next season, or coming in the final season, or coming soon, the Nightmare Rarity Arc, people would go crazy for that. Fans would be salivating for that. And again, you could still go in the direction I suggested as well, with the whole addressing certain theories and speculations and answering certain questions that fans have been wanting answers to, but at the same time, you could start off season 9, your final season, on a huge note with an adaptation of the Nightmare Rarity Arc, especially knowing that you're going to have so many people tuning in that first Saturday of the season 9 premiere to see it happen, to see it become a reality. But again, it's a what-if scenario. Because honestly, we don't know exactly what season 9 would be like. We're just giving ideas. And my idea, and two of the ideas I have, I apologize for that, is, like I said in the last video, is to go with that. Or if they don't, best alternative, hype up season 9 at the end of the final episode of this upcoming season, and hype it up by saying that the first thing that you're going to do is an adaptation of the Nightmare Rarity Arc. Because I guarantee you do that, I guarantee they do that, and fans will be ready to DVR call in if they have to work or whatever, just to watch that episode, just to watch the beginning of that adaptation. So, but basically, that's more of a what if. What if they did this? So, that's all I'm going to say, folks. Let me know what you think down below. Sorry if I rambled and was repetitive a bit. And I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.